Hello and welcome to the English Concepts. I hope you've been good. In today's lesson, we are going to learn some three important terms you may have heard about but do not know how they are used. And that is what we are going to do today. For instance, do you say a scapegoat? What comes to mind when you hear a scapegoat? Does the word even exist? And what does a scapegoat mean? I know you're casting your minds back to the basic school, when a teacher used to cane one person in place of the whole class when they were talking. We used to say that such a person was used as a scapegoat. The word scapegoat is going to be scrutinized in this lesson. We shall know what exactly a scapegoat is and how the term is spelled. Now, you might also have heard from basic school, bellboy, and you think a bellboy is somebody who rings bell in school. I'm sorry to let you know that a bellboy is not a person who rings bells in school. We shall find out shortly who a bellboy is and the name given to people who ring bells in school. And finally, how do you call that raised middle part of the road which divides traffic traveling in opposite directions, where people crossing the road can stop and wait for the vehicles to pass before they cross safely? Do you have any idea what it is? We shall find out shortly. So let's dive in. A scapegoat. I believe until this video you used to say a scapegoat. It's really interesting and funny how we used to say a scapegoat. But interestingly, a scapegoat does not exist in the English dictionary. It doesn't exist in the English language. There is no term as a scapegoat. So why were our teachers using a scapegoat often in basic school? It's really funny. So a scapegoat does not exist. There is no term as a scapegoat. It is rather scapegoat. Scapegoat. It is not escape, as in to be free from something, unless you want to say that your goat that was supposed to be killed for your party has escaped. That one you could say escaped goat. But the term is scapegoat. Scapegoat, not escape. So I believe that maybe we used to say escape because of the article "a" coming before scapegoat to call it a scapegoat. So when you bring the article "a" before scapegoat, that is when you can say a scapegoat. And even with that, it is not escape, but a scapegoat. So scapegoat is one word. What does scapegoat mean? Another reason why I think you need to take this lesson seriously is that I think we were polluted on the use of scapegoats. We were told that scapegoats, or we were made to believe that scapegoats are people who are notorious, people who are taken out from the numerous people who committed the crime to be punished. But interestingly, scapegoats are innocent people. Scapegoats are people who did not commit any crime. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, scapegoat is a person who is blamed or punished for a sin, crime, or something wrong that another person has done. A typical example in the Bible is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ did not commit any sin, yet he was being punished for the sins that other people had committed. So we say that Jesus Christ was used as scapegoat. Remember, scapegoat is not a person who committed a crime, but the person who is innocent and being punished for the crime that someone else has done. Obviously, we have been polluted. And I think it is better for you to note that scapegoats are innocent people and not bad people. Now, let's move on to bellboy. Bellboy. What comes to mind when you hear bellboy? Of course, back in school, the person who used to ring bell in school, isn't it? Interestingly, a bellboy is not a person who rings bell in school. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, a bellboy is a person who is employed to carry bags, open doors, or run errands for people or guests in a hotel. So you see, you have been using the term bellboy wrongly. And I'm very happy to let you know that a bellboy is not a person who rings bell. what then do we call a person who rings bell? A person who rings bell is called a bell ringer. A bell ringer. So a bell ringer is a person who rings bell. So back in school, you don't want to say somebody who used to ring the bell was a bellboy. You have noticed that a bellboy is not a person who rings bell. Rather, a person who carries bags, open doors, or run errands for people in a hotel. You can also say that a person who is employed to ring bell at church is called a campanologist. So you can say a bell ringer or a campanologist. Campanologists are people who ring bells at church, either as a hobby or as a job. But you don't want to say bellboy for people who ring bell. A bellboy is not a person who rings bell. Bellboy is a person who works in a hotel, and I've told you their duty. So you can also say bellboy or bellhop. Okay? Before we continue, kindly subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, so that you have our videos anytime we post them. And I urge you to recommend this video to your friends who may be interested in learning English language with us. It may be very useful to them, don't you think so? Kindly recommend this video to that your basic school teacher who used to tell you that a bellboy was somebody who rings bell and a scapegoat was that notorious person who was always being punished. Now, let's move on. What do you call that raised middle part of the road dividing traffic traveling in opposite direction, where people crossing the road can stop and wait for vehicles to pass before they cross safely? Do you have any idea? That middle part of the road is called a traffic island. A traffic island. I believe I'm making this known to you for the very first time. Traffic island. And I'm very happy to let you know this in this tutorial. So you have learned 3 things from this very video: who a bellboy is, scapegoats, and traffic island. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to having you watch the next lesson. See you and bye bye.